Well, here we are at Torquay Road, probably for the very last time. I've got City's Chairman Peter Masters alongside me. Peter, the floodlights are on. There's a training session about to be held. What's the format?
Well, can you remember, Dave, 5.5 years ago you've done an interview with the pair of you. Is it fitting now that we should be having this interview? Perfect, isn't it? Yeah, 5.5 years ago, what a different position we're in now. 4.5 million deaths. You can.
I was going to say, I'm not sure we are in a different position, apart from the fact that you've cleared all the debt and you've done a cracking job on that front. But
yeah, and the team,
we haven't got a home though.
And the team, Dave. To be fair, we got a great team. As you remember, last time we didn't really have a team. I think we had 11 players at that point. Mm-hmm. We've now got a full squad of 23, and as you know, we got into the playoffs last season and a couple of seasons ago.
But what about this season? What's going to happen this season? Have you made a big signing today?
Yeah, we've made a great signing today, which Lee's going to release tomorrow. So it's a striker, which we're lacking.
Big and bold,
Big, bold and brave, and knows where the net is, which is the most important thing, as you know.
What, coming from Football League or?
Ex-Football League, yeah. So yeah, we're very pleased with the signing. I think it's we've been working on that one for probably about 3 or 4 weeks, and it come to fruition this afternoon, which is good.
Has it been easier because obviously now the home games are going to be played 100 miles up the road, or not?
I think you said it one, Dave. I mean, it's we've been finding it very difficult to attract players down this season, and to be fair, it's been very difficult for the last 5 years because we didn't own the ground and the ground had been lost, and the uncertainty. Now there's certainty around. People are picking up on that, or certainly the players are, and yeah, they're joining us, and that's this afternoon was a great example of it.
Yeah, because it must be difficult to actually attract players to Cornwall anyway, when if we're looking for class players, let's be honest, they've got to come from almost Exeter upwards, haven't they?
Yeah, and they're all looking for that big arena. That's what it's all about. In some cases, they go for the money. Yeah. Other cases, they're young lads who want to play on that big arena and use, if you want, Truro as a step to go forward. As we've seen, Isaac Vassell, Cody Cook, we've seen it. So yeah.
Now, sell me this season. What if I was a regular supporter of Truro City, Torquay Road? What do I want to hear from you to convince me to go to play more?
Well, I shouldn't have to convince you. I said if you were a supporter, I shouldn't have to convince you. If we turn the clock back 5.5 years, Philip Piran and myself put the investment, and we put our efforts into the club. Can
I just say, Mo, that's not either of us breathing heavy. It's your dog down below us, isn't it?
I thought it was you, David, getting excited. Yeah. So let's turn the clock back 5.5 years, and the door was nearly closed, as you know. We stepped in at the last minute and saved the club. And I don't want to keep harping on about that. I think we all know, but people seem to forget the position that we were in then. And they've seen they think that we still own the ground, and I was somehow responsible for selling the ground. It was always going to be a day, or always going to be a day, then we were going to get out. And the eviction notice is being plastered on me every end of every season. You know, a lot of supporters don't know that, but it's been slapped down on me and said, look, you know, unless you do this, get out. And we've been arguing, but that's gone on behind the scenes. So all what's happened, okay, we still kept playing a team, we're still being successful. Now, what's going to happen this season? Right, first thing is we're going to Torquay, as everybody knows, okay? And now, yes, it's 80 miles up and it's 80 miles back, but it's a short-term pain for a long-term gain. As you know, what the only option we got now is a stadium. The stadium is the only option, and we're putting 2 million into that stadium, and it's 2 million that has been generated by us getting out of here. Now, if I didn't get out this season, there will be no 2 million, and here, by the way, Pete, here's your eviction notice, and then we wouldn't have been able to play in the league anyway, because you've got to have and show tenure for at least one season to carry on playing. So that's one of the reasons why we had to get out.
A lot of people would say it's going to be longer than a season if we're realistic.
Yeah, probably so. I mean, we've booked part of it the following season, so there is the contingency to do that. But you know, there is a real will, and things are on the way with that stadium behind the scenes. A lot of people don't know what's going on, but there's lots of planning going on, and I would think you will see some real action in the next sort of few months up there, without a doubt, and it will probably take a whole season and a bit.
When are we actually going to see a digger go into the Stadium for Cornwall project?
I love you saying that, Dave. That's very kind. A lot of people say that. I suggest that digger will start certainly by the end of the season, end of this year.
End of this year.
Yeah.
And building here, obviously, Lidl supermarket is going to be the first building on Tree Road. When are we likely to see diggers here?
Well, I think you'll probably see a digger here at the same time you'll see it up the stadium. The actual Lidl itself, they are secure. They're contracted to start building certainly by the end of December, beginning of January. There will be a lot of preparation work done before that, all the knocking down of the clubhouse you see there, and obviously clearing the site and all the other bits that goes along with it. Very sad day. It's very sad, and it's a shame that we couldn't play another match here just to see it off. But what the league wanted us to play our first game where we're going to play the rest of the season, so we had to go along with that, and we're very, very lucky to be able to jump in to Torquay at short notice.
All the money that's been spent on keeping Truro City alive, has there ever been a thought of pumping real big money into actually trying to buy the ground?
They wouldn't sell it. I've already attempted all that. I mean, we've exhausted all that avenue. It would have been very nice to sort of get the ground back and off you go, but the real problem was that the planning was given to this site prior to me getting here. I think my predecessor actually got planning on there for a hotel and indeed offices. Now, once you give planning permission, on a football ground, I'm afraid it's the end of the road on that side of it, and so the damage was done by just getting that planning permission on. Fortunately, I've been able to negotiate a 5-year extra tenure on here, and indeed £2 million. There's been a lot of talk behind the scene that there's been more money around in all the other bits, but I can dismiss that myth straight away. The reality, no backhanders, no random person. It doesn't work like that. Yeah. So the reality is there's $2 million going to the stadium, and that's a position. And we were lucky actually to get that $2 million, because had we not got out, there would be no Lidl, there would be no $2 million. And we would all been sat here arguing the toss what we're going to do, and they would say, "What a silly boy Mr. Masters was." So I can't win.
Many would say you've probably been mad, not silly.
Well, that's right. But at the moment, well, yes, but I had a lot of at that time. What we were getting into was something. It was the unknown. And I think it was an unknown for everybody here, because we're all on uncharted territories. When you get a situation with a heap of debt. And also the National League and all the rules and the regulations, the CVA. I mean, it goes on and on and on. I had to learn very quickly, along with managers, our friend Steve Massey. So you've come along the board, we all know that. Then Mr. Tully come along, and Mr. Hodges here, and all the other bits that go. Yeah, exciting times, and I've enjoyed. I've probably enjoyed one season of it all. The whole thing. I mean, that's it. All the rest of it has just been filled with rubbish being thrown at me, and all. At some point you would have thought I was the Antichrist.
Don't you get fed up with people knocking you then?
No, yeah, I do. I absolutely do. And I think I've had 5 years of knocking, and I've had enough, to be frank about it. Probably black and blue with it all, but the reality is we've got to finish the job off. We've got to get the stadium built, and we've got to get on with it. Now, we've had interest in the club to buy the thing, and I've turned down lots of interest, particularly from one particular person. I mean, I could have got rid of the club on many occasions, but people who want to buy the club, they're buying it for reasons, can we make any money out of it? And I just couldn't do that, because we've all seen what happened before. So that's where we are.
Reality is, without owning the ground, no one really is going to make any money out of it anyway, right?
No, I mean, every club wants should own its own ground, or at least have some security of tenure on here. I mean, the bottom line of it, we've had nothing here, and it's been 5 years of if you want fighting, fighting of it all, and I've met all sorts along the way, Dave, as you can see, and I've upset a few people. I've had to be very hard on people. People were just hangers-on who come in and said, oh, I'll do this for you, and then try to charge for it, or here for the wrong reasons. And they've whittled down to the few, and I've learnt very quickly of what to do and whatever. And at the moment now, we've ran lean and mean. Yes, it's by being very, what's the word, dictatorial, whatever it is. Dictate. Well, yeah, you can say it, but the bottom line of it is, I've had to protect not only my money, but also Mr. Piran. As you know, Mr. Piran's not a great football fan. I don't think you've seen him up here for 2 years. He won't come here. After he had all the abuse flying around, he just won't come up here. He just couldn't understand how people can treat us after, all what we've done. But I said, that's football. That's how it is. Until you know how it all functions and everything, you can accept it. I've had all sorts, from players or from supporters barging into the boardroom in different places. I mean, it's been horrendous. But I've met some very nice people on the same token, and we've got some very good volunteers here now, and we've got some very good supporters. What's lacking is here in the moment, we've got a supporters club. It wants to do a lot more. Should be doing a lot more, and now's the time to step up to the plate. I mean, come and join us, come up to Torquay and enjoy. I mean, we put on subsidised travel. I think the British, the rail up there, they're doing their bit for it all. Yes, it's 80 miles and it's a day out, but I'm afraid that's the price that we're all paying for my predecessors' actions.
How's the ground share actually going to work, in the sense of, is it a share that you and Torquay are going to, like washing the kit, that sort of thing, stupid little things like that? But how's that going to work?
Well, I spent the day up there yesterday, and it was quite enlightening all up there. I mean, what they do, I've got a bit of history with it as well up there, and I know how the club functions. But they got similar sort of operations we got. They got a couple of washing machines up there, and they got a kit chap washing the kit, and off he goes.
So everything basically is going to. Everything Truro City related is going to come out of playing more, really.
Yeah. But equally, we've sat down and I said, well, this is how we do the hospitality, and they've taken that on board and they're doing the same. And we're going to offer this weekend. We're offering what is available. There's meals and all the other bits and pieces, but we don't know how many's going to turn up. There could be 4, there could be 44, there could be 500. What we have said to the Torquay supporters who bought a season ticket, they can get into the Truro matches, and then we'll do the same thing. So that's how it goes. If they want to go and watch Torquay, I'm going to imagine there's going to be some interest from the Torquay supporters. I mean, for instance, Billericay. I mean, they've been the big spenders this year, and they got Ben Gehring from us. Yeah. That's the first player I'm actually made any money on.
For a snip.
Yeah, well, you could say that. But no, Ben's gone up there, and he got fair play to him. He's done us good down here last season. But we got replacements, and so it's going to be an interesting season up there.
And two final questions. First one being, people have said about ground grading, could not Bodmin, Helston, whatever be used. How much financially would it cost to actually make those grounds playable in the National League South?
Well,
that's what people don't realise. It costs money.
Yeah, I understand that. Supporters wouldn't know that. I mean, I've actually been round probably 20 odd grounds around Cornwall looking for can we possibly ground share, can we move things, can we do whatever. Bodmin was a fine example. 2 seasons ago we went to Bodmin, looked around the place, and it looked reasonable. I think.
But what would need to be done?
Well, I got the FA down, okay, and we went round the whole thing. Anyway, cut a long story short, it was a £360,000 bill.
Right.
All right. Now, so wherever you go, it's going to be about £300,000. That is the number of it all.
So
now,
it's not really
for one season. It's not. You can't do it. And of course, you've got to get that grading by the 31st of March. And there's a heap of rules and regulations.
In your projected income and loss for the next 12 months, though, how much are you going to be losing, do you reckon, by not playing it in Cornwall?
Depends on how many turns up at Torquay, but bottom line of it, both Philip and Piran and myself been putting in it probably on average about 24,000 to 25,000 a month, okay, and we do that every month.
That's between you, not each.
Yeah, no, between us.
Yeah.
So, and it won't be very different. So we've already decided ourselves that we're going to stick that amount of money in, and that's it. Now, hopefully up at Torquay, I could probably enjoy the experience a little bit more because, I mean, it's a bigger arena.
That's going to be my next question. Are we actually going to see you at the games or not?
Yeah, you'll see me at all the home games, and you might even see me at home Torquay games. You don't know, but the reality is, I mean, the away.
Ready for the flack when
well,
when it's
yeah.
City chairman is prepared to watch Torquay but not Truro.
Well, I watch them all, Dave. You know, for 5.5 years I've done. I mean, I haven't seen you up here very often.
Yeah.
You know, on that side of it. Yeah, of course you are,
and
and don't blame you for that. But then you can say for the other supporters. I mean, it's a lot of travelling, and as you know, I've got a lot of other interests as well. Now, somewhere along the line, I've got to make some money to pay for what we're doing. And that's it. It helps. Otherwise, I know you start forking out 12,500 a month. That's a lot of money to keep forking out with everything. That's a scenario, and we've done that. For 5.5. This is the sixth season now. So it's it's a big investment, and it's something that you really want to enjoy. If you don't enjoy it and you're spending all that money out, well, you know what I mean. So
how long can you keep doing it though?
Well, I'm hoping. I mean, we got a business plan up in the stadium which will get everything breaking even.
Right.
So yeah, but the boys now, I mean, they're excited, and we can't, okay, they drive 2 hours to get to Cornwall. Now they're at Torquay. They haven't got to drive 2 hours.
Now,
it's absolutely on their door, and they are excited. Now, yes, I can understand. Well, they're not Cornish players, but of course, when you're in this level, where can we get the players?
Well,
look, we've tried. Yeah, we've tried. Well, we've had some success. I mean, Rocky's no fool. Rocky, he's a good player. Cody Cook, but they all take time to come through. So at the moment, we're doing like everybody else does, is to buy our way into that success, and you've got to do it. I mean, as I said today, we're playing players now where we used to pay them something like 250, 300 a week. We're now into 500, 600, 700. I mean, I know of one team out there was paying £800 a week for a player.
Well, Ben Guerin's supposed to be on 700 a game, isn't he?
Well, I can't possibly comment on that, but good luck to the lad. I mean, good luck. I mean, he's got a young family.
Crazy money though, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it is. Yeah, but look at the teams in there, Dave. I mean, look at what we're getting. I mean, we will be battling this season. Make no mistake, our backs will be against the wall. And that's why I had to get the striker on this afternoon. But I think we got a good striker, to be frank about it. I think we'll make a show and see how it goes.
Who do you used to play for? Give us a clue. This new striker.
Well, you'll know tomorrow. You'll know it'll all be out. If Mark does his bit and get his video out tonight,
I will if you tell me the name.
No, I'm not going to. No, it's not fair on me to say that. But I mean, the reality is now, all right, we're now going up to Torquay. I mean, that's a done deal. Okay, I mean, all the supporters have got to enjoy it. I want the supporters to get behind the team. It's not about me. It's not about. It's about getting behind that team. They'll be playing on the big stage up there, okay, and then they'll be moving from there into the new stadium. I mean, that's it. So they'll be well used to it, and we're gearing ourselves up for it. The alternative, if everybody wanted to do it, we could have dropped down the league, and we could have probably had 1,000 people on Boxing Day playing bloody Falmouth and whatever we were doing on great. Well, yeah, but it's what people want. But we paid dear to get up this league. We lost the ground. We lost the ground for it. Now, it's not for me to do it. I will never take the drop. Someone else have to do that. I should take it from there to there. That's it.
So you want to go up? You want to go up, but obviously there's no way you're going to go down.
I wouldn't want to go down. I mean, we fought hard. I mean, my best time here was when we got promoted.
Is that too easy an option just to go down there?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's probably not against. It's probably against your
principles,
your nature, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah. Well, it is absolutely right. I mean, nice enjoyment. Was you here when we actually got promoted back into the league? On that day, it was beautiful, wasn't it? I think you was here, Dave, when we had that bench in the huts. Remember we were playing in St. I don't expect you can remember that.
Sure,
yeah, but it was cracking.
I've watched a few games since then. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, it was a great game. We got promoted, and those are the highlights. You always remember those days when you get promoted, and that was probably the best team I could sort of relate to at that time. And probably Rob Farkins. I mean, one of the best players. The guy was everything was Churro was all about. He was a bloody fighter. He got in there, no nonsense approach. He would, if he was injured, he would still play. That's the sort of people you want for you. Get in there and fight.
So, exciting times. Many would say very disappointing times. But what's your, dare I say, best memory of Tree Road?
Probably getting, well, the very best memory, I would suppose, is...
I thought you were going to say getting drunk on Boxing Day.
No. I don't drink, Dave. You know I haven't drunk for 2.5 years.
Have you not?
No. I haven't drunk for 2.5 years. I just stopped and that was it. Yeah. Not because alcohol was getting the better of me. I just stopped.
The football club drove you to...
Well, no. The price of, I think. Yeah, some people would say the price. But
your best moment?
Corby game here, yeah. The lights went out, as you know, on that. The lights went out and we had the
Many would say it was you switching them on.
Well, I got accused of, yeah. Yes. But people say that. Yeah, they went off, I think it was the 89th minute, and it was quite exciting at that point. But then we had the replay. All the rubbish it went around after the lights went off. It was I turned the lights off, this was off, that was off. Then we had the replay. And then we got that penalty and we won the game. I mean, that to me was it, because of the abuse I got prior to that. That shut everyone up. And in football, the way to shut everyone up is to win on the pitch. It shuts everyone up. And the supporters go away happy. I mean, that's the important. You win, everyone's happy. They have a lovely weekend. You lose, and then, hang on a minute, sort it out, Pete. It's going wrong. So, yeah, it's all about winning on that pitch.
Great stuff. This was only going to be a 2-minute interview. It's taken about 20 minutes. But your aim for this season coming, where do you want to finish in the league table?
Well, we want to stay in the league.
What's your bottom line?
The problem we got, we want to stay in the league. I mean, that's the most important thing, and that's the brief. Now, even if we get to up to the promotion stage, we will not be able to get promoted because we are ground sharing, not unless the stadium is built. Or that's it. So we may get a situation where if it's 3/4 away on, we're in the promotion run and we do get promoted, then we might get that dispensation to do that. So there's a lot going to go on behind the scenes. Really, I've got to leave the team to lead to get on with. That's the important thing. Lots going on behind the scenes, getting the ground and all, and making sure we get our stake in the stadium. And as you know, we all hear it's the Pirates Stadium for the Pirates. Why haven't Churro City been mentioned? Who's owning the freehold and whatever else? Let me tell you, we have negotiated a cracking deal. All right, that is the scenario. We have done a deal.
I did see somewhere this week. It's not a stadium for Cornwall; it's a stadium for Pirates.
Well, so yeah, but people, yeah. Well, look, we've got 3 partners there. We got the Pirates, we got ourselves, and we got the college. Okay. Yes, the Pirates are going to the freehold of the stadium, but that comes with an obligation as well. So it's not just a case of, look, we own the stadium, etc. There is all rules and regulations behind that and obligations. So they're not going to get a free hand to go and sell it and do what they want. No, it will all be done properly. And Churro City at the table, it will be, make sure it's firmly there. There's no way I'm going to let this happen again like it did here at Tree Road. It won't happen.
Wouldn't it have been easier to have done Silverbow?
The trouble with Silverbow, we talk about that. It started off with a £4.5 million build. It then crept up to £7.5 million. Now, the best will in the world, this place will not, the gain on it, the profit on it, will not sponsor that to 7.5 million. It just wouldn't do it. I mean, the council wanted a footpath putting right up to Silverbow from the parking ride. They wanted lights and all the other bits. And of course, I wanted Wembley Stadium, the best deal possible. And it just wasn't feasible. And as you know, the retail market is dropped right out at the moment, and they're struggling to get people to actually come here. Fortunately, we got Lidl signed up, and Lidl's what we got at the moment. And then what the hope is that we will now get Lidl's built, and then all the next phases will all fill up as we go down through. It's a big risk for Helical, a very, very big risk. But it's a risk they were prepared to take if we got out and everything went in on that sort of line.
I think that's time to wrap it up because the helicopter's just arrived.
Right, okay, well it's nice, Dave. Let's see, our next interview will be up the new stadium. Will be great. Yeah.